I'm delighted to be joined by British boxing legend Tasha Jonas. You've got a massive fight coming up against Lauren Price. I want to talk all about that, a potential rematch with Katie Taylor. But before then, I want to go through your entire story because I think you've got such a brilliant one. And I didn't know before I started doing my research, you weren't just a boxer, but you were quite a talented football player as well, weren't you? You went out to New Jersey. So can you tell me a little bit about what that was like? Because I imagine that must have been pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean, now it seems like such a long time ago. And yeah, I wouldn't make the team now, but at the time I was decent. Yeah, it was just an opportunity that came after I was saw me play for Liverpool, and I was over there on a holiday, and I joined the team because I was there for like a month or two, and I joined the team while I was there, and got recognised from that team, and yeah, it was just you have to go and get the SAT score, which wasn't an easy thing for me because I wasn't great academically, but I managed to scrape the score together, and then off I went. Yeah, so it was a great adventure. I was supposed to be there for 4 years, but only ended up being there for two.
And you ended up doing a lot of globetrotting, obviously, because one of your biggest successes came in China because that's where you qualified for the Olympic Games. So can you tell me a little bit about your Chinese experience and the memories there?
Yeah, I mean, again, it seems so long ago, but yeah, I think just the experience. I think where we was Quinang Dao, where the Dragon's Head meets the water. So that obviously of the Great Wall. So that was quite nice to be there. Obviously, the culture of China is it's either very technological or very old. Um, so there was like no in between. So you could be, you know, in somewhere that was amazing and very modern, or you could be somewhere that looked like it was from 100 years ago. And like their society and like even the people that they see is very different. So there was like a lot of hair touching and people asking for photos and stuff. And yeah, the girl that we had with us, I think May was an English version of her name. And she was brilliant, and she helped us all the way, and go to local shops and all the things that we needed. The food's a little bit it's hard to eat out there because you don't really know what you're eating. So that was probably one of the only tournaments that I made weight easy.
And obviously, you had an amazing run at the Olympics. It's how you got, obviously, the Miss GB nickname. You turned pro, you're in a gym with the likes of Anthony Crowler, Liam Smith, people like that. What's it like being around these legends like that?
I think the only person that I hadn't trained with was Jose Burton and Marcus Morrison. Crawler had been around, obviously, the Smiths are all from the Rotunda amateur gym, so I'd been around them a lot. And even to this day, like we went to Nick Ball's fight not so long ago, and took me little girl, and she was like, "Mum, there's the lad from your gym." And when I looked, it was Liam Smith. So it's like we've said our hellos, and then she was like, "Mum, look up there. There's the other one from your gym," and it was Crawler. I was like, "Babe, you do realise that these are all like?" She said, "Why is he on telly?" I said, "These are all famous boxers, babe." And she was like, "Are they famous?" Because she just thinks they're the people that train at my gym. And I was like, "Who's the most famous boxer that you know?" She was like, "Oh, she had a little thing. She was Tyson Fury, and Tyson Fury walks around the corner like 2 seconds later." So yeah, it's always been great to train alongside them, and when they're going through their successes, they've come from the same place as you have. You do the same training sessions that you have, so it's inspirational, and they're good lads to train alongside. We had lots of fun, but we also knew when it was time for work.
Absolutely. And you did all these incredible things, and it all culminates in this night at the Manchester Arena when you won your world title. So, what was it like?
The actual title came on the Carnbrook, so that was very intense, and a lot of pressure, and the hostility in there was you could have cut it with a knife because you was either a Carn fan or a Brook fan, and there was no in between. There was no one sitting on the fence or anything. Everyone had their side and was stiffing to it. When I co-mained with Ricky, I mean, Ricky Hatton is someone I've always looked up to as a boxer myself. His fights with Costa was, I remember being one of the greatest fights I'd ever seen. And we actually followed him to Vegas for the Pacquiao and Mayweather fight. So, yeah, it was great to be on a card with him. But like now I would almost say like I wouldn't say we're friends where I'd pick up the phone and call him, but like he knows who I am, and that's also a great thing to feel like someone I've looked up to now knows who I am and like respects that, like, you know, what I bring to the table. So it's really good.
Yeah, you've obviously made a massive impression within the world of boxing. You've also transcended that because you're in the video game Undisputed now. What's that been like? Have you had the opportunity to play with yourself?
No, I went to we actually played in Saudi, but I wasn't me, and I was watching someone play me. It was me. Someone was playing Katie Taylor. Someone was playing me. I was like, you better win. Whoever's playing me better win. So yeah, that was interesting. And like my friends now that have downloaded the game, they'll all like send me like screenshots and stuff and pictures of them playing me. So that yeah, it's a little bit mad that the first boxing game in however long has actually got my face on it.
And you mentioned Katie Taylor there. Now, I assume you're still massively hunting down that rematch because obviously the first fight was so close.
Yeah, it's all I've never shied away. It's always a fight I've wanted. I think, you know, Katie's in a fortunate position to be able to pick and choose who she wants. She's fought everyone at their best and left no stone unturned and no opponent. But there's probably a few in the queue. I know Chantal Cameron would want another go at it. I know Serrano would want another go at it. Michaela Mayer would probably want to go. So she's got a list of fighters, and she's, you know, she's in a privileged position where, and she's earned the position where she's able to choose, and hopefully I can be top of the list.
Absolutely. But for now, we've got to focus on Lauren Price. That's obviously a massive fight. What's your prediction for this one?
I don't make predictions. I just know that I'm going to win. That's it. I go in with every fight very confident. I'm sure she is too. I believe in my skills and what I bring to the table, and I just don't think as a pro she's fought anybody like me. So yeah.
And you've obviously had this great career inside the ring, but out of it as well, you become a well-respected pundit. I mean, I've even seen you out in Saudi Arabia riding camels, so that must have been pretty cool. But what's it been like to break into this punditry world?
I mean, you know, punditry is like the best job ever. You know, you've got the best seat in the house talking about what you know. And you can actually just critique and you know, talk about other people's performance, and it's not your own. So it's everything that you want from a job. But yeah, I really enjoyed the team, the Sky team that I work with. You know, I think they've helped me grow as a pundit. You know, it is difficult, especially when you're doing like the commentary, because you've got to. People don't understand. You've got to say what you see, but be respectful. Try and give an insight, but not be too technical. And yeah, it's just it and then like add a bit of razzmatazz in between, and it can be quite difficult to do all that in one. So I am still learning, but like I say, I've got a great team around me who help me develop and grow into that. But yeah, it's the best job I've ever had, I think.
Tasha, thank you so much for giving me some time. I really appreciate it. I wish you all the luck in the world for your fight. But before I let you go, is there anything else that you would like to mention?
No, that's all. I appreciate your support, and thanks to everyone. Hopefully it's going to be a great fight. I hope everyone joins in and go and get your tickets from all the fighters.